The Ultimate Khufra Guide. Everything you need to know about Khufra. This one video is going to make you a Khufra gods. I have played a decent amount of Khufra matches myself. He is one of my mains and I absolutely enjoy and love playing him. And I want to give you guys every single bit of knowledge that I possess about playing Khufra properly and doing well with your team. I'm going to be giving you guys my thought process, everything that goes through my head, and show you guys how you can win a game which you were losing in the beginning and completely make a comeback and make meaningful sets. Alright guys, so for Khufra's skills, let's go over his passive first. Pretty much every 12 seconds, Khufra will gain a ring around him, a big ring which has a long range. And whenever he basic attacks someone with it, range will be shown. As you can see over here, you see this black circle around him, guys? It is a very big range, as you can see. This one, right? Very big range. It is his basic attack. Every 12 seconds, you're gonna get this. And basically, if you hit anyone with it, right, it says over here, the enhanced basic attack gains extra attack range and deals magic damage equal to 162 plus 6% of the target's max HP. So it does deal HP based damage. And honestly, for the early game, it is a decent amount of damage to confirm kills and all of that. It's decent, guys. It's decent. But it also slows the target by 30% for 1.5 seconds and heals 8% of Khufra's max HP. Okay, so whatever your HP may be, it's gonna heal 8% of it. Each time Khufra applies a control effect, so any CC ability, to an enemy with his skill, the cooldown of spell curse is reduced by 4 seconds. So every single time Khufra CCs an enemy, right? CCs them using his skills, which is pretty much, we'll go over his skills in a bit. His passive will cool down by 4 seconds. So if you stun someone for once or apply a control effect once, your 12-second cooldown will become 8-second cooldown. Alright? Now, here's his passive. You just do a basic attack, right? Like that. Once that attack comes back to you, it will heal you. That basic attack. Alright? Now, as you can see, there's a timer right here that is counting down to when you will get your skill back. Right after 12 seconds, you get it back. As you can see. Now, if we use a skill like this, it actually reduces the cooldown. See? When I used my first skill, guys, it knocked the Zilong up and then my passive got cooled down again. Let me show that to you once more. His passive, boom, right? Instantly, I went from 2 to 6, so 4 seconds. Let's see if this actually stacks. The effect, the cooldown stacks. So boom, like this. It does stack. So it doesn't matter how much CC you do. Pretty much, if you stun any of the opponents or apply any kind of CC effect, the cooldown of your passive will be reduced by 4 seconds. Doesn't matter what you do, but it has to be his skills though. Not your teammates, only his skills. Alright, his first skill, guys. Let's go over his first skill. Tyrant's Revenge. He will pretty much launch himself in the air. It will do a decent amount of physical damage, right? Like this. Right? The range, like this, guys, okay? The range of his first skill is actually pretty decent. If you take a look at this, the AoE is pretty big. So even if you are a little bit off target, you're still gonna knock them up. Like that, okay? The AoE of that is pretty big. And the range is pretty big too, guys. Now, we didn't reach him, right? Sometimes the opponents may be too far and sometimes you might wanna surprise the opponents, right? Well, you can actually use his first skill with Flicker. So let's take a look at this. Right here, as you can see, I cannot reach Zilong. But if I use my Flicker, I can reach him. It doesn't matter when you use the Flicker, or it doesn't have to be too fast, it doesn't have to be too late, right? Just make sure you use it right away when the opponents are a bit too far. And it is very good, guys, because no one is literally expecting a Khufra to jump from over here, right? Boom, onto someone. And always remember, guys, whenever you're using your first skill, preferably you want to be in a bush. Okay, you always want to be in a bush, because if you're in a bush, no one is really going to see you, right? So let's do something like this. See, we still reach him. Look at the distance. We can still reach mid lane from the dot bush over here. The range is crazy if you combine it with Flicker, right? Now his second skill, Khufra's second skill, he increases his own physical and magic defense by 30%. So when you're bouncing with his second skill right here, it looks like this. as long as you're bouncing like this, your physical and magic defense is gonna go up by 30%, so you're pretty much gonna be more tanky. Enemies who try to use blink skills to move across Khufra will be knocked airborne. So anyone who's trying to dash with when Khufra is bouncing on them, they will pretty much get like knocked up for a second, and they will not be able to move. They will be stuck in that same position, right? They can't really do anything, especially if they're using mobility. So Khufra is really strong versus mobility heroes, right? And the magic ball actually does magic damage, right? It will deal magic damage equal to 50 plus 3 of his max HP to enemies nearby and slow them by 80% for 0.2 seconds. So 80% is big, but only for 0.2 seconds. And it also deals damage based off of Khufra's max HP. So yes, in the late game, you can solo kill marksman with it. That's why it does so much damage, if you guys are wondering. Alright, let's move on to Khufra's ultimate. Khufra's ultimate, let's take a look at this. Tyrant's Rage. Okay, so I just want to quickly show what it looks like. As you can see, there's an arrow which you can actually move. I will never ever recommend to tap this skill. Never ever tap his ultimate, right? But this is what it looks like. It depends on which direction you're aiming at, but there is an arrow, right? And there is a small little thing towards the end. It shows you where the opponents will go to, right? It just looks like this. Now, what does it do? What does it do, right? Also, this skill is CC immune, guys, by the way. This skill is CC immune. The only skill that can, or the only thing that can stop it is suppression. No other abilities can stop this ultimate cast, right? Kind of like Dirot's ultimate. Okay, so he pretty much pushes all the opponents in the direction, dealing 300 physical damage and slowing them down for 1.2 seconds. If the enemies are knocked against walls, extra physical damage equal to 150% of the skill's damage will be inflicted upon them, and they will be stunned instead of slowed. So, let's take a look at this real quick. What does it look like? So his ultimate, you always want to make sure that you're using it near a wall. Okay, near a wall. So you always want to jump like this, okay? So look, you always want to make sure your targets end up near a wall, and they will be stunned. Alright, like this. Now that we're done with his entire thing, I want to show you guys how you can do a few combos and a few tricks that you can do with Khufra. So this is going to be your normal combo, like this. Basic attack. Right, basic attack to get your passive off, and then you're just going to ulti them and then bounce on them. That's it. And your teammates will usually get a kill. Now the fun begins when you combine Flicker with all of these skills. Alright? So, as I showed you before already, we can actually combine his first skill with Flicker like this. Right? And then we can just continue to bounce on the opponents. Right? You can decide to do the basic attack after the jump, after you ulti, before you, right? It doesn't matter, but usually I like to do it right after the first skill, or right after my ultimate. It really depends. It really depends. Now, guys, I showed you how you can use his Flicker with first skill. You can also use it with his ultimate. Alright? So for example, you can actually, so you want to stun Zilong there, right? You want to stun Zilong on this wall here. So imagine if we were to stun him, we would be here, right? We would be here. So now imagine yourself here, right? But with a Flicker. So we're going to aim it here, right? And then Flicker this way with his ultimate. Okay, that's how you pretty much use it. Now I'm just going to show you guys over here what it looks like. Okay, so look. If you can do this from a bush, right? Like this. You can use it in multiple different ways. You just have to make sure that you aim in the direction. This is a bit tricky to do. Yes, your first 5 to 10 attempts are gonna be hard to execute this move. But once you get the hang of it, you can pretty much do it like blindly without any problems whatsoever. So, you know, even like this. See? On this wall. Okay, it's really, really good. Another thing you can also do with Khufra is if the opponents, sometimes the opponents are going to be too far away from walls, or you're going to be a bit too far away from walls, right? So usually what you can do is if you decide to jump in, right? If you decide to jump in, you can walk a bit towards a wall and then push them back in. Okay, if let's say they're a bit too far away from a wall, right? Like over here, let's say that there's an opponent over here and they're a bit too far away. So there you go. Like this, right? They're too far. You can walk for a bit and then stun them to the wall. Like this, okay? You can walk back a bit closer to the wall so you can actually sweep them and push them back in there. Alright? So that's pretty much it with Khufra, guys. I mean, not really much else to do. In the late game, he becomes really, really strong. I showed you guys his combos, and you can pretty much just... He takes a few games to master, guys. Your first game will not be the best. But once you get the hang of it, you're gonna see just how fun he is to play. He is my favorite roamer. My favorite roamer to play. He's very enjoyable. Alright guys, let's move on to the builds. So for the builds, I usually like to go with Encourage Roam on Khufra all the time. It's really good. Tough Boots is good always because, you know, you can immune, or it reduces the CC duration, right? So it's really good. So I always like to go with Encourage Roam. It's just better for Khufra. Conceal really doesn't work, guys, because you usually never just walk up to targets with Khufra, right? You're always jumping to engage with your first skill. So you really don't need Conceal or Dire Hit. I just think Encourage is better because you are always with your team, right? Your team will always get the buff. It's good. Next, I like to build Thunderbolt because of Khufra's passive. Every 12 seconds, you can just basic attack a target and get Thunderbolt stacks, right? It's really, really good for that. Every 12 seconds, you get a stack, right? His range for his passive is very big. So you can easily get stacks, kind of like Barang's first skill. So I like building Thunderbolt. You can get quite a lot of stacks on it, right? Especially with the new adjustments to Roam, getting a lot of gold, it's really, really good. Next up, I always like to get Dominance Ice if the opponents have anti-heal. If they don't have anti-heal, I always like to build the smaller item for anti-cuirass if they are doing more. So this is something I do, and this is a big tip. If they are doing more magic damage to you in the early game, if you notice that you're getting hit by their mage a lot, you should buy this silent. Where is this? Silence Cloak. So here, this one, guys. You can find it. You can find it in Athena Shield. This one, right? Athena Shield. You can also find it for Radiant. This one, okay, Silence Robe. It only costs 1020 gold, and you can just buy it, right? And then you can buy this item called Dreadnought Armor, which is the smaller item for Antique Cuirass. If the opponents are doing a lot of skill-based damage, skill-based physical damage, you can buy Dreadnought Armor. Okay, it will give you a good amount of physical defense. Alright, and it also has a small passive called when hit by a skill, reduces the attacker's physical damage by 4%. Right, you will get the passive of that item, which is a mini version of Antique Cuirass already. So it's really good for building. If you notice yourself getting hit by the physical skills of the opponents a lot in the early game and taking a lot of damage, you can build this, right? This is how you can be more tanky. This is how those tank players are more tanky, guys. This is the secret. You build these cheaper, smaller items first, you know, to kind of build like a foundation, and then you complete the full items, right? So you're kind of getting defense on... You're getting magic and physical defense both, rather than just finishing Antique Cuirass first, right? Where you're only focusing physical and you're getting hit by magic defense and you can't really tank much. So that's what you should do. Okay, especially when you're itemizing it. You really need to customize your itemization, especially if you're going versus opponents in the early game, right? And to make yourself more tanky. Alright, but first I would always suggest getting Thunder, but just get it. Just get it, and then focus on the rest of the items. Okay? Then I like to go with Athena Shield or Radiant Armor, because Athena Shield is very good versus Burst Mage, Radiant Armor is very good versus mages that do magic damage over time. For example, Athena is going to be very good versus Eudora, versus Farsa, right? Heroes like that who do burst damage. Radiant Armor is going to be really good versus Chang'e, right? Versus Chang'e. Then you have Eve, alright? They do constant damage, not big bursts of damage. So that is Radiant is going to be good. Also, Radiant is cheaper, guys. So yeah. And then I like to finish off with Immortality. Now for my spare items, I have Blade Armor and Twilight. If the opponents have a marksman that does a lot of fast attack speed, right, you can always go for Blade Armor to kind of reflect the damage off. And also if the opponents do crit damage, you can also get this. And Twilight Armor, I only get Twilight Armor for one-shot heroes, right, like Leslie, Aldous, Granger, Clint, you know, who do like one-shot damage, like big bursts of physical damage. You can get Twilight Armor for them. Also like Lancelot Ling, you know. Once you have finished Antique Cuirass, okay, once you have finished Antique Cuirass, don't get this first unless you're going versus a Leslie, Aldous, okay, stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the items. For the emblems, I always like to use the tank emblem with firmness, tenacity, and concussive blast. Because concussive blast does so much extra damage in the early game, and you can literally one-shot the opponent marksman with it. And for spell, always flicker. Yeah, I never want to see you guys using revitalize, petrify on Khufra. No, do not. Okay, flicker is the best. Alright guys, let's move on to the gameplay. By the way guys, for those of you who don't know who I am Hajun. I created a team called Team Flow that got top 13 in the entire North American region. And I have also been 300 stars plus. Yes, I'm a roamer main, but I can pretty much play all roles. And if you guys want me to privately coach you, the details are in my description. You can join my server and check it out. I am also offering you guys an amazing deal on Loot Bar, the website. The prices of the diamonds are 20% cheaper than in-game. So if you guys, on your next recharge, go ahead and buy from there. I also get 10%. It's an affiliate link, so you'll also support me. So your next recharge, you can go ahead and buy it from there. I mean, it'll be a better value than just buying in-game because you're literally getting it for 20% cheaper compared to in-game prices, like the game itself. So go for it, guys. Link is in the description. You'll also support me. Thank you very much. Enjoy the gameplay. So guys, with the new roam update actually, if you vision the opponents right away like this Minotaur did, you actually get level 2. And this was one mistake that I made. You should always try to check up on the opponent's buff. It's something that's best to do. I have started doing this now, but when this gameplay was recorded, I didn't. But look, Minotaur level 2 in 30 seconds. Whereas I'm only level 1 and have 0 XP, right? So doing a leash is alright. It's okay, you're helping your jungle clear faster. But like, getting this level 2 advantage in the early game is so important. So I would always suggest, no matter what roam you're playing, to just walk up to their buff and just see if they're clearing it. Because if you spot 3 people, this Mino spotted 4 people, so he got a lot of XP, right? But every person you vision, you get 30 gold, right? Every person you vision, you get 30 gold. So this Mino visioned 4 people, right? So he pretty much got 120 gold. Just like that. Just like that. Right? So, and he also got XP, right? Full level 2. Usually you will find 3 people leashing, right? The roamer, the jungler, and the mage, if you are, you know, checking. But he got 4 because the Alice also decided to leash. So usually you will not get level 2 straight away unless 4 people are doing it. But if you see 3, you will still be very close to level 2. Alright, still be very close. So yeah, this is what you should do, guys. Walk up to their buffs. I didn't do it here. That's why I'm behind Minotaur. But you know what? It's fine. Because I'll show you how you can still win and do good. Right? Our early game is actually really rough this game. So I'll show you guys how you can win regardless. Okay, even if your early game is bad, I'll show you guys how to clutch up. So I'm also going and just checking and trying to give vision on them just to get a little bit of extra level, but I only am able to vision 1, right? Just their jungle, which doesn't give me very much, to be honest, right? Not really a lot. Here I just try to take bush control and just try to jump on Minotaur, but I'm also not committing too much because he is level 2. If he jumps on me with his first skill, he does cancel my second skill. So guys, Minotaur does counter Khufra in that sense. And I like going Minotaur versus Khufras because you can easily cancel his second skill. I'm also not the new Grok, guys. You can cancel Khufra's second skill with his first skill. If you push him towards the wall, he will get knocked up and his ball will immediately get cancelled. Yes, guys, if Khufra gets knocked up during his ball form, his second skill will get cancelled. I'm not sure if you guys knew that. Now, decent ult from YSS over here. We try to go for the Xavier. He did flicker, so I flickered too, just to get a bit closer and apply my basic attack onto him, just to confirm that kill. I don't necessarily think it was necessary, but you know, we went for it. Also guys, this Amon was my viewer. I don't know if he was stream sniping or not. I don't think he was because he is an honorable person, but he is one of my viewers and he did tell me that I'm going versus you. So yeah, the Amon does play decently well because of course he watches my videos, so he does well. He got a nice kill onto my Aurora. There was really nothing we could do over there. My YSS was still farming. My Alice wasn't really there to help. And so I just left Aurora to die because I was gonna die too. Right? Sometimes you just have to do it. Then I go mid to clear because I know Aurora is in base and mid lane was just gonna clear itself anyway, so might as well take the gold from it. Nice steal by YSS, by the way, guys. Nice steal by YSS. I lure 3 people towards me, and then I do a nice ulti. Alice gets a nice triple kill. Yes. Well, YSS gets the double and he gets the triple, but Alice does he dealt most of the damage, right? It's good that our YSS managed to get the kill because he's the one who needs a lot of farm. And instantly, guys, you should also look at the YSS's rotation, guys. He is an MPL player or former MPL player. But yeah, immediately he went for the blue buff. I do believe he took the blue buff right after this fight. Like, guys, the fight is not everything. You win the fight, don't go back to farming, right? Go take their buff. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I'm actually gonna go back a bit. See, YSS is over here, right? Already taking opponent buff. He took the big one. He took the big one. He left the small one, right? Because if you leave the small one, the buff is gonna be alive, right? Until someone clears it. So his blue will never spawn unless someone clears the smaller buff. And then the 15-second or the timer will start then, right? So pretty much it's a long time. So you should leave the small creep for the blue buff always and take the big one, right? Just to mess with them. But in the late game, you can take both because if you're winning, this entire area is yours anyways. But now this area is not ours, so we're just gonna leave the small one alive. So when someone does clear it, it takes the buff longer to spawn. Okay, it's an evil trick you can use. All right. We got the first turtle. And I mean, I'm trash talking a little bit here. I'm just gonna skip this. But the Leslie's like I'm getting beat up by the Kimmy, right? In a 1v1. Guys, if you're a marksman, I think this Leslie's name was useless or something, so I'm like, your name suits you. But pretty much, if you're getting beat 1v1 in lane, it's not my fault. It's not your team's fault. You're supposed to not die 1v1s, right? You're supposed to play safe. Okay, you're supposed to play safe. During Turtle, it is not our responsibility to help gold lane. Guys, it is not your responsibility to help gold lane. When Turtle is up, you're supposed to be on Turtle and provide vision. Alright? You're not supposed to be helping your marksman, your gold lane. It's up to them. They know you're in Turtle, so he should play accordingly. That's not your fault. Okay, and if he dies in a 1v1, that is entirely marksman's fault. If he blames you, he's just brain dead. And he's not a good player. So, my objective for sticking around is to just steal this creep from Kimmy. Deny him the farm. Guys, you will always see me trying to steal something from the map. I tried, couldn't steal it, Kimmy still got it, but you know, we're at least trying to do something, right? See? I told you guys about this. Second skill gets cancelled by a Minotaur knockup. So Minotaur in a way does counter Khufra, but you can still play around it, trust me. Anyways, our Leslie is really bad this game, by the way, guys. Really bad. Very bad Leslie player. Once again, not really any good opportunities to fight over here. YSS does get a nice kill onto Xavier, but it's really not enough. Aurora, nice ulti. I do ulti the Amon over here, so a nice ult from my Aurora. Went for it. Confirm a kill onto Amon. So it's good, because it's a good trade now. 2, right? 2 for 1. And we got their jungler and mage. Worth it. Good trade. And as you can see, the Leslie is like, I can tell you're in a losing streak. This was one of the days where we were actually on a winning streak. So the Leslie is useless. Just like his name. But here I'm just trying to block the shots from Kimmy. Right? But, you know, it's just not enough. My Aurora does manage to die, unfortunately. Now, I will try my best to try to get away. I use my flicker. And then I use my first skill to make sure I run away and get away. I always try to keep and save my flicker for as long as I can. Right? I used it at the very last second. Because I thought, maybe what if I do live? Right? What if I do manage to live, and what if I don't use it? I'll still have it. But then I realized, well, I'm not gonna live if I don't flicker, so I used it, right? But try to save it as much as you can. But don't give your life for it. Okay, once again, Leslie should have hit them. He just blatantly ran away. Didn't even shoot the Kimmy once. Just let him hit him for free. I get that's why he's losing lane. But as you can see, guys, you should not even respond to them. Just mute them and play. Just focus, mute them, play. You shouldn't even be focusing on, you know, responding to these randoms who are just epic rank. It is the beginning of season, so it is kinda, we are getting some dark system. Regardless, you can still win if you have good trio, right? If you have good trio, even if you have a bad beginning, you can still win. And this Amon, or not Amon, but this Kimmy is super fed right now. Even got a tower on top lane, right? But it's okay. You know why it's okay? You know why I decided to abandon my Leslie and just focus YSS? Because YSS is a scaling hero, and he can carry in the late game. So if I get this YSS fed, who by the way is a really good player, we can win. Even without our bad marksman, we can still get YSS to carry, right? And I would recommend this for all solo tank roam players. Find that one person who's playing good in your team and focus everything on them. Don't just follow them in jungle, right? Don't follow them around, but you know, try to make plays with them as much as you can, right? Still provide vision for your team and support your team, but they should be your center point of attention. And you'll see me make plenty of plays around this YSS, plenty. Once again, I get a nice jump onto Amon. Immediately, I ulti to stun him to the wall. Like this. Nice Aurora ulti to follow that up. And YSS gets a nice double kill. However, YSS does die and they get the turtle and they also kill me, making this a 2-for-3 trade, which is not in our favor at all. Now let's see if Alice can do anything over here. I don't think she does. I don't think she can secure a kill, but pretty much I trash talk again. Right, nice XP and MM. Yep, exactly, guys. Our side laners are lacking once again. However, their side laners are thriving. So, it is what it is. I don't have anything. I don't have my first skill. I don't have my ulti. Can't really follow that up. And no flicker. If I had flicker, I would have ultied this in this direction. And flickered to this side. To get them on. Right? But I didn't have it. Mainly because I think I used it to... Like, I used it as soon as I went to base. I used my first skill to jump this way. And then second skill so I can reach the map faster. But I didn't expect the fight to happen this soon. So yeah, guys. You can actually recall back to base and use your first skill to jump all the way. Like while you're healing your HP, start charging your first skill, jump, and then second skill bounce, 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 so you can, you know, go around the map faster. But that's why my skills were on cooldown. Unfortunate, because I didn't expect the fight to happen this soon. If there's a fight happening right near you, you should always not use it, right? And just walk up. Anyways, as you can see, I was dead, right? I was dead. My Leslie just died too. There was nothing I could do to even save her, and she is not even playing safe. She's just literally clearing her waves and playing like normal, which you shouldn't do. Like these marksmen, these randoms, they don't know how to play safe. Now I see my Amon going for Aurora. I jump onto him again, but I do not use my ulti. Why? Because my Aurora doesn't have ulti. If I waste my ulti on Amon, he's not gonna die. It would be a waste. And not to mention my YSS is not here. But my Aurora was off position here and does get killed by 3 people. He should have been a little more inside the tower. I can't really do much. I do use my ulti to try to save him. But, I mean, using ulti was a waste here. Shouldn't have even used it. I should have just gotten out. My Aurora was dead. I had to use Flicker to get out. Cannot let them get 2 kills. And I do believe we lose mid. There's no way for YSS to protect this mid solo. So as you can see, guys, very bad start already. But I'll show you guys how you can play when you're losing still. We are not doing too bad as the roamer right now. Our score isn't bad. We've died only once. And nice kill from YSS, right? Nice kill. Kimmy's trying to go for him. We can't really take this fight here with the Kimmy because they're still missing, right? We don't know where the Mino is. He could be lurking here somewhere, right? He could be lurking, and if we jump on him right now, YSS cannot instantly burst him, right? It's gonna take a minute. So Mino can heal him, and his team can just come to him by then. So we just backed. We didn't continue taking this fight. As you can see, Amon is already here too. I just jump on Kimmy, but as you can see, Mino counter engages, and we do get our YSS does die, and this is not looking good at all, right? This is looking like a Really bad game right now. And then I also get killed by Amon and my Leslie dies too. Just for that one Xavier, which is very unfortunate. Okay. So, we're back. Amon just got turtle. We secure a nice kill onto Phoveus. I mean, I was dead this entire time, so showing you guys what happened wouldn't matter. So yeah, we secured a nice kill onto Phoveus. I see that Kimmy is... Guys, you should be looking at the map as much as you can. I see that Kimmy is top lane, trying to provide vision for YSS so he can just at least farm up, right? Trying to clear this part of the map so he can farm, right? Maybe get lethal and stuff like that. He goes for his red buff. I'm just visioning the area, you know, making sure that YSS is able to farm safely. I have disregarded this Leslie. He's useless. He's not going to do anything, just like his name. I get a 2-man set onto Kimmy. I'm hoping my Alice can actually follow that up. Alice does follow it up. I saw my Alice nearby and went for that. Okay, I was standing in the bush patiently. Got a nice 2-man set. We were able to shut down Kimmy. And this, after this shutdown, it is looking winnable. It is looking winnable. Amon ulties me. Not sure why he ultied me. He should have hero locked and ultied YSS. He does manage to kill YSS. However, Alice is still here and my Aurora is still here. We can keep fighting easily. Now, over here, this is a tough predicament. I do get out with Flicker. Amon is trying to chase me when an Alice is over here who is a far higher priority target than me. But I'm assuming it's a viewer. He wants to just get a kill on me, right? So once again, Amon comes for me, uses his first skill on the Aurora to go invisible. But he didn't expect my Leslie and Aurora to full combo him over here. And then I jump onto him and get a nice little kill. He did get outplayed, unfortunately, because he was a bit greedy and didn't focus on the right target. Like he should have. Alright. So my Alice unfortunately keeps fighting for some reason. Don't know why. He should have just backed after that because Lord was coming up. And we need to do Lord in this situation, right? Because this is a comeback. We got a nice shutdown on Kimmy. We got a lot of gold. Right, we can easily try to capitalize and take Lord. That would be the best course of action. Not keep fighting. Okay, this is not good. You're level 9. Look at their level. You're not gonna win. You can't take this fight for too long. They are still very ahead. Right? You have to wait, be patient, and attack at the proper timing. Now, as you can see over here, these things are not looking very good. Alice is dead. Their Amon is coming back soon. Lord is gonna be in 30 seconds. I mean, she will be back by Lord, but we could have potentially pushed this bottom lane here, right? Or we could have potentially pushed top lane or even mid lane if Alice was alive. Right? But now we can't because it's gonna be 4v5 fights. But yeah, guys, if you get multiple kills or a shutdown, you should be trying to take objectives. You should be trying to take a tower or something. We didn't take any, which is really bad. I'm just trying to find a good position now to jump. I do get caught out by Mino. I use my second skill after he uses his first skill because I know that if I use my second skill before his first skill, he might cancel it, right? By knocking me up, by jumping. I'm using my second skill because it gives me 30% extra defense, trying to get away, potentially even set them, see, bait them like this. You get them to chase you a certain distance. When they come near your teammates, you just stun them to the wall like this. Alright? We get a nice kill onto Phoveus for that, and if I die, it's worth it because we got Phoveus, and my Leslie got a kill too. So now I'm just trying to weave and trying to survive somehow. I don't. We do get Minotaur ulti, which is 50 seconds. He used it recklessly. Shouldn't have even used it. I was dead anyways. But we got Phoveus. For me, worth it, right? XP laner for Roamer is worth it. Good trade. Unfortunately though, my Leslie, will he survive? He will survive, but Aurora's passive just got popped and Aurora died too, which is not good at all. That's 1 for 2. But okay, our Alice clutches up and our YSS also gets the Xavier and the Kimmy, so that's really good, right? Our Alice is also doing some work right now. Our only liability is our gold laner, who is playing really bad, right? Really bad. So now, Lord is available. It's gonna be a 4 versus 2. Right? 4 versus 2. 3 of theirs are dead, so we should 100% be doing Lord. And I said, you know, okay, Alice, glazing the Alice a bit. You know, she did make an amazing play. Sometimes you gotta glaze your teammates so they play a bit better. Now, my target is Amon. I'm targeting him down like crazy. Lord is up. I'm trying to ulti him, get him stunned, you know. But that's it. No more. No more. We won't chase them anymore because Lord, we just got Lord. We don't want to throw. We don't want to die and give them a free Lord clear. We want to utilize this Lord as much as possible and take as many objectives as we can with it. Nice kill onto Amon. I mean, my YSS dies for it, which is not good. We kind of need him to push. So now I'm just positioning myself in a better place to maybe play off of this Leslie. Like, you should always have a teammate who is ahead, guys, and you just play off of them, usually with Khufra, right? Because Khufra is not a tank who can just walk up to a bush and give vision like that, because he is also someone who needs to be ambushing from far away. So this, I jumped in the back line, okay? Not these two, not the Phoveus and Mino. I swapped and jumped to the back line on the Kimi. Kimi is my target. Unfortunately though, Aurora does try to follow me up, but we aren't able to really get the Kimi. Unfortunate, so we have to back, right? We don't continue the fight. We didn't get the target we were looking to get, right, by baiting the Leslie, so we just back. Now, we do have Lord on our side. Lord is pushing. I'm trying to zone for mid lane, right? Because Lord is gone. It's wasted, right? Our YSS died. Alice died earlier. Can't really do much with Lord anyways. It's wasted. So, our target should be the Lord lane, right? The Lord lane that is pushing. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to try to get these three towers, okay? Because opponents are going to invest every single one of their resources to clear this, right? And since YSS was dead, we can't end anyways. We can't potentially end with the Lord anyways. So we just let it push. We let the Lord lane push with Lord on its own. We don't fight them here. We let them clear it. But while they're clearing it, we clear out all the other lanes, right? So now, if you're able to get all these 3 lanes, we will be ahead, right? We will be ahead in the game. That's what you want to do if one of your teammates dies or you notice that you can't really end. If you can't end, try to get as many resources as you can. Right now, I'm just zoning for mid, helping Leslie clear mid a bit faster so that, you know, by the time they clear out the Lord, we're actually able to get this mid lane. And getting this mid lane is going to be huge for us because that will make sure that we are tied in mid lane control, right? Getting mid lane is huge. Now, this is a fight we cannot take, but I jump on this Kimi here. Okay, why do I jump on this Kimi? Right, this is not an ideal fight, but me jumping on Kimi specifically makes it an ideal fight. Now, why did I do this? Right, they were clearly chasing us. Alice isn't here. Right, their Amon isn't here either. So it's a 3 versus 4. But this, right, this is available. And you know what? YSS just ulted, and I saw he just ulted. You know how he just ulted? Because they all have these vision eyes on top of their head. This happens when something is used to reveal you, right? Whether it be the vision on these parts of the map, right, that you activate, or a global ultimate like Alduos, Zetian, and YSS. So I know YSS just ulted, so he's moving fast and he's nearby, right? And he's good. He's my trio. He will obviously be looking at me and trying to follow me up. So I jump on the Kimi. I know he can just walk up from here and ulti this Kimi, right? And potentially even burst him down. So I jump on him just because of that. And if Kimi is dead, Xavier and Mino can't really do much to the YSS alone. At least not while I'm there as well. Okay? So let's see how this pans out. Jump on the Kimi. Beautiful, beautiful follow-up from YSS. Just like I predicted. He's right here. Boom. We just get the Kimi. And now this Phoveus is alone. Trying to get our backline. He's not able to get them. So now we keep fighting. You know why? Because we win these fights. Now I'm backing. Because, I mean, my YSS told me to retreat. He doesn't want to keep fighting. He wants to take more objectives. I mean, I think we could have kept fighting over there, in my opinion. I think we could have wiped them out and then maybe pushed more. But, you know, since YSS said retreat, I didn't jump back in and I'm just falling back. YSS gets the nice tower in bottom lane. And now the only lane that is stopping us is mid lane. We should try to double down and focus on that. Once again, trying to find a good position, a good bush to stand in so I can jump on them. And once again, guys, look at my build over here. Thunderbolt first, and then what did I get? Radiant armor, and then Athena. Because the people who are doing the most damage to me are literally Kimi and Amon. That's why I literally have no physical defense. I'm building this because they're the ones who's damaging me. There is a Phoveus on the opponents. Yes, there is. But is he dealing much damage? No, he's not. So I'm building versus the opponents who are doing the most damage to me right now. Now I'm building blade armor for Kimi, right? Blade armor for the Kimi. It does work. It does reflect attack back. So you can easily buy Blade Armor versus Akimi. It does work. So once again, standing in a nice bush to obviously vision this area, right? Vision this area, vision this area. If anyone is coming from this part of the map, I can vision, right? For my teammates. And I can keep them safe, right? Also, the blue buff is coming up. I think we go for the invade. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But let's take a look. So yeah, once again, I will walk up to the blue buff, right? Just to check. Just so my YSS can potentially try to take it. And this Mino was overextended. He dies for it. We still have all of our skills available, right? Now, in this scenario, I think I'll show you guys what happened. What's going through my head. There's a few people here. And there's a nice little wall over here. And you know what I have? I have my ultimate and I have my flicker. If I had my first skill, I would just first skill and ulti all of them. But since I don't, I'm gonna go in for my ultimate flicker. Guys, ultimate flicker is very flashy, but it is not very practical. You can literally just jump with your first skill and use your ultimate. But in the rare instance where your first skill is not available, but your ult and flicker is, well, we gotta make the most of it and make some flashy plays, you know what I mean? Let's take a look. Just like that. We got the Amon, we got the Xavier. We got a nice double kill. Now it's going to be a 5 versus 2. We should definitely 100% try to get this mid lane over here because this is very easily takeable. Alright? I'm just going to zone. Actually, I was just scaring them away with first skill, but we get mid lane, right? I wasn't gonna jump in because I don't trust my Leslie to deal enough damage to the opponents over here, right? And I didn't want to take too much damage before Lord came up. So now YSS, guys, have you noticed this? Look right after this fight. Right after this fight, right? YSS is literally taking their objectives. He is literally not wasting any time with fights. He knows that Lord is coming up. He's taking the opponent's jungle. He's gonna clear this top lane so that this top lane is pushing. Look, pushing during Lord already. He cleared it. Guys, look, he cleared it. It's going to push and we can easily take Lord. I'm helping my Aurora clear the waves. Always standing in bushes, always giving vision to your team is very important. YSS does not need help right now over here or vision over here because all the opponents were here and they will probably defend top lane. They have to clear lanes, right? They can't really walk up and come to this area right now to help YSS out. And there we go. Top is slow pushing and now we can easily take Lord. It's gonna spawn and we're gonna just do Lord. I would have preferred if this lane was cleared and then we came Lord. But you know, it's okay. It's fine. It's not 5-man. We can't really be so picky about it. Once again, my Aurora is covering this bush. I am covering this bush. Okay, now in a lot of rare instances, opponents will stand in this bush. But in this scenario, I highly doubt it because the Amon just resurrected and came back to life. So I don't think he's gonna be able to walk and stand in this bush in that short period of time. So I'm just making sure all the bushes are covered so no one can steal the Lord. Guys, if the Lord gets stolen, you are partly to blame for it because you're not zoning the areas properly. Okay, or giving vision to your jungler. Alright, because look, if your jungler loses a retry battle versus the opponent jungler, you cannot blame him because it's a 50-50. Either he wins or loses. You can't blame him for it. You're gonna blame your jungler for not having better retry. Come on, man. Right? It's your fault. You have to try to give vision as much as you can to make your jungler's life easier so he can secure the objectives. It's your job to make sure you're giving vision for your jungler and no one can walk up and steal it. Alright, anyways. Once again, my YSS is comfortably able to take the Lord. If I had Flicker there, I would Flicker jump Damon and ulti him to the wall. But I didn't, so you know, it's fine. Now we got Lord. Potentially, if they took a fight, we would have fought them back. And we probably would have wiped them out because this was a good area to fight. You just feel it in your gut, right? It's a good place to fight, you know? You have a good setup, right? You have good control over that area, a good place to fight. But since they escaped and retreated, we also retreated because we don't want to throw this game before Lord, right? Do not throw before Lord. Do not throw before Lord, guys. Happens way too many times. Make sure you are capitalizing and utilizing your Lords to the fullest because that way you can end games. And just like that, guys, our astonishing defeat or potential defeat, we are actually making an astonishing comeback, right? Because We were losing as like really bad. We were losing really freaking bad. We didn't have any of these towers. They had all of their towers, right? And from that we made a complete 360 turnaround, and we were able to come here, right? Because of a few, not entirely because of me, right? Our YSS is a big contribution, but as a roamer, we also did our part, right? We made a lot of plays which turned the entire game around, right? So yes, as a roamer, even in trio, even in solo, you can have big impact, which can change the whole outcome of a game. Here, I jump on the Kimmy, ulti him to the wall. My Aurora does a nice ultimate. He does flicker out, right? He does flicker out. The follow-up was a little bit too late. We do secure the kill onto Minotaur. Our Lord is still alive, which is really, really good. I'm trying to look for a jump over here. I jump on the Amon because I see him go for my Alice. And then we were able to finish him off because I caught him off guard. And Phoveus obviously kills our Leslie. Our Leslie is dead. Alice is tanking a lot. Alice is doing a lot of work right now, so I'm not going to blame him at all. He's doing good. And there you go. Our YSS went for the Xavier while their Phoveus dived our backline, and we end the game. Just like that. And that is how you guys can also play Khufra and make a comeback using roamer. This is how you do it, guys. This is how you do it. Okay, and I'm legend right now because it's the start of the season, guys. But I'm almost close to mythic right now at this specific time. But yeah, guys, this is how you play Khufra. This is how you can, play to make a comeback, even with a really bad marksman whose name suits them perfectly. So I hope you guys are able to capitalize on this advice that I gave you, and I hope you guys are also able to make insane comebacks like this, and make some really good team plays with the teammates that are good. Okay, focus the teammates that are doing good. If you're in solo rank or trio, focus on them, right? Because they can carry you to a victory. Alright guys, I hope this video helped you, and I hope that you will try Khufra in rank and you will be very happy, and you will definitely see results if you follow this video. Take care guys, and I will see you in the next one.